Hey folks, welcome back to Publicly Buzzed Live with an intriguing update in the Bryan Kohberger case that has really caught my attention. So on August 18th, something quite fascinating happened in the Bryan Kohberger case. Gabriella Vargas took the stand and shed some light on a crucial aspect of the investigative genetic genealogy. This concept gives us a peek into how law enforcement can or cannot use these databases to their advantage to construct family trees through DNA matches. Now let's break down the key points she highlighted. Okay, first of all, there's a platform called GEDmatch. Okay, here's the deal. Took some notes on this as I was watching this from August 18th. If you're a GEDmatch user, you have the option to allow law enforcement to access your DNA matches. But here's the twist. If you've uploaded your DNA from another testing company like Ancestry and then transferred it to GEDmatch, the platform will ask you if you consent to law enforcement matches. If you decline, it seems that your DNA won't pop up in these searches related to the criminal investigations. Gabriella Vargas revealed an interesting angle from her own experience. There's a tool on GEDmatch that might enable people, possibly even law enforcement, to view matches they shouldn't be able to. This could potentially raise eyebrows since it might conflict with the platform's terms of service. Moving on to another interesting player, Family Tree DNA. This one's got a similar setup with options to opt in or out of law enforcement visibility on this platform. However, the process isn't straightforward like GEDmatch. You actually have to go into the settings and actually toggle this feature for Family Tree DNA. Here's where things get even more intricate. If you're a match to a law enforcement kit on Family Tree DNA, you won't be able to see that kit as a regular customer. In contrast, law enforcement kits get the privilege to see everyone who has opted in, creating a rather lopsided dynamic. Now, there is a sneaky possibility, and Ms. Vargas brings this up literally on the stand. Law enforcement agencies could potentially get around the system by acting like regular customers. Law enforcement is also required to pay when they upload DNA to these platforms. Regular customers do not. This could give them access to the entire database, including individuals who might have opted out on GED or Family Tree. It just gets more confusing on Family Tree if you actually have to go into the settings. I can imagine an older person trying to find that setting to actually toggle, where GEDmatch asks you in real time as you're uploading the DNA, do you want law enforcement to be able to actually see your DNA? Surprisingly, on the stand, Gabriella Vargas has said this has happened, which is going to get me to what happened a little bit later at another hearing. Even though there's now a designated portal for law enforcement to upload DNA to GEDmatch, situations can still arise where someone outside of law enforcement circles gain unauthorized access. So fast forward to the next hearing with Bryan Kohberger, and Ann Taylor brings up something pretty alarming, quite frankly. After Gabriella Vargas testified about this in court, in front of Bryan Kohberger and Ann Taylor and Judge and the state, she was contacted by two FBI agents, in Ann Taylor's words, interrogated. Bill Thompson weighs in here suggesting that the state had heard that Ms. Vargas was retracting some of her previous statements. Bill Thompson says that's when he sent his investigators out to talk to Mrs. Vargas. Vargas claims that she may have inadvertently signed something that she did not read beforehand. Ann Taylor then, without labeling Bill Thompson as dishonest, noted that her information contradicts his. She hopes that the report that the FBI turn over include the entire conversation, and this will clear this matter up for the court. I can't help but wonder what will happen next. What will be in that report from the FBI? And will Ann Taylor and even Gabriella Vargas agree that that's what happened when they came and seen her and spoke to her for an interrogation? Do you consider this to be witness tampering or intimidation by the federal government? Yeah, drop your thoughts below what you think about this. I think this is one of the craziest twists and bits of information to come out of the Bryan Kohberger case, Idaho 4 case in quite some time. I've been covering this case since the very beginning, and we're going to keep covering it. I know that Bryan Kohberger has waived his right to a speedy trial, so it looks like we're going to be in for the long haul of this, and these motions will probably start slowing down as well because of this. We get into a trial, just guessing maybe late 2024, 2025. Again, that's from legal experts that I've heard talk about it, such as defense attorney Bob Mata. Make sure you stick around Publicly Buzzed. Subscribe if you're not. Hit the three little dots on the side if you do subscribe, and make sure all notifications are turned on so you do not miss any future updates from Publicly Buzzed. Like this, it really helps us out here. Share this out to your communities and let people know that you're watching Publicly Buzzed. We'll catch you on the next one.